Hello, you guys. My name is Diana Vasquez, and welcome to our third class. Today, we are going to be talking about technology, more specifically, home appliances. So let's start the lesson. Okay, so technology. Technology is our topic. It is our class number 3, and my name, one more time, is Diana Vasquez. So let's begin with with a question, okay? So what home appliances do you have at your house? Home appliances is all the electronics we have at the house that make or are supposed to make our life easier. So I have some pictures there. We have a microwave, we have a washing machine, we have a refrigerator. Well, we have different types of refrigerators. We have different types of TVs, DVRs, sound system, air conditioning. So let me know in the comments which of those or any other home appliances that you don't have in the picture you have at your house. Try to name, I don't know, 3. And now what we are going to do while you do that is that I'm going to present a list of 13, I believe, 12, 13 home appliances. And first, we are gonna discuss whether or not you have them at your house. I have to start by saying that I don't have many of them. And then we are going to learn how to describe home appliances and how to give instructions to operate home appliances or any type of appliances. Okay, so let's begin. Vocabulary. The first one is a phone. Okay, so again, pronunciation is phone. One more time, phone. Okay, so do you guys have this in your house? And if you do, in what part of your house it belongs? So when we talk about parts of the house, we have the kitchen, we have the bathroom, we have the bedroom, the living room. So if you have a phone in your house, let me know whether or not you have it and where it is located. I have to say that I don't have a phone in my house. I feel like home phones are not that common anymore. I mean, many people still have them, but I would say that most people have transitioned to mobile phones. So I have a cell phone, and that's why I don't have a house phone, you know. So like if you want to reach me, you need to call me on my phone because there's no phone at my house. Okay, so that is our first one. Let's go with number 2. Number 2 is a freezer. Okay, so a freezer. Some people have the freezer as an independent home appliance. For other people, my case, so me included, the freezer is just part of the refrigerator, and that is like the only freezer we have. So yes, I do have a freezer. So one more time, that pronunciation is freezer, freezer. Let's go to number 3. Number 3 is a range. Okay, range. And I don't know how familiar you are going to be with this word. So some people call it range. Other people call it stove, and the pronunciation for stove, the spelling would be S-T-O-V-E, stove. The difference between a range and a stove, like if you use one word or the other, people are going to know what you're talking about. The difference between a range and a stove, the technical difference is that a range includes the stove, that is like the cooktop, the top of the appliance, and an oven. Okay, so a range is both. So this is the picture of a range. And of course, in my house, I have a range. Okay, let's go with number 4. Okay, number 4. Number 4 is a dishwasher. Okay, so again, dishwasher. In a dishwasher is, of course, what you see. A dishwasher goes in the kitchen. That's where it is located in, I would say, all the houses. If you know of a house that has a dishwasher in a place other than the kitchen, let me know. In my house, I don't have a dishwasher. These are my dishwashers, my hands. So no dishwasher in my house. Okay, let's go to number 5. Number 5 is an iron. Okay, an iron. The iron, I have an iron at my house. The iron is located in a closet. It's like a little closet in the hallway. And when I'm going to use it, I don't enjoy ironing, but I think for me it's important to iron my clothes, so I do have one that I use regularly. And so I just have it in a closet in the hallway, and I grab it and use it in my bedroom when I need it. Okay, so iron, that is the name, iron. Let's go to number 6. Number 6 is a refrigerator. Okay, a refrigerator. Refrigerator, that is the pronunciation, refrigerator. I have a refrigerator, and of course that refrigerator is in the kitchen. Let's go to the next one, that is going to be number 7. Okay, number 7 is a dryer. A dryer. And I have to say that I live in the States, and I would say that in the States, most people have a dryer, but I'm not from the States. I'm from Colombia, that is a country in South America. Dryers are not very common in my country. So let me know how the situation is in India. Do you guys have a dryer or no? I have a dryer in my house because I live in the States, and again, they are very popular, and that dryer is in the laundry room. So the laundry room is a very tiny space where basically you just have your dryer and your washing machine. So that's where I have mine. Okay, next is going to be number 8, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, and that number 8 is a toaster. A toaster. So one more time, that pronunciation is toaster. I don't have a toaster, okay? But usually people that have toasters at their house have them in the kitchen. They are not very common. Well, they are common, but people who have them use them mainly during breakfast time. Okay, let's go to number 9. And number 9 is a washer. A washer that is the complement of the dryer that we saw before. Very useful. The washer is in the laundry room, and I do have a washer. So again, that pronunciation is going to be washer, washer. Or some people use like a longer word, or that is actually 2 words, and is washing machine, washing machine. So washer or washing machine, they are both correct. So let's go to number 10, and we are almost reaching the end of our vocabulary for today. And that is a vacuum cleaner. Vacuum cleaner. Okay, a vacuum cleaner. The vacuum cleaner can be stored in different places around the house. That depends on, I would say, the personal preference of each of us. I don't have a vacuum cleaner, so I cannot tell you where I keep it because I don't have one. but I would say it's a very common home appliance. So vacuum cleaner. Let's move on to number 11. Number 11 is a microwave. Okay, microwave. And one more time for that pronunciation, microwave. Microwave. I do have a microwave. I find it very useful, and I keep it in the kitchen. And before we go to number 12, remember that home appliances are any electronics that we have at the house that are supposed to make our life easier. Okay, I'm just presenting a list of maybe the most common home appliances, even though, as you have seen, I don't have many of them in my house, but they are very popular. I also believe that what you have in your house changes depending on the culture. So I have some of these appliances because I live in the States, but many of these appliances are not popular in my country. So if I were living in my country, I wouldn't have a bunch of them, okay? But the microwave is kept in the kitchen for the most part. Let me know in the comments if you have a microwave in your house, and if you do, where it is located. Let's go to number 12. Number 12 is an oven. So remember that at the beginning, maybe I believe that was the second word, we talked about a range. So a range is cooktop and or stove and oven. This will be just the oven. I do have an oven, but the oven that I have is part of my range. So I don't have like an individual oven. And of course, my oven is in the kitchen. And the last one, number 13, is going to be a very popular home appliance, and that is a television. Television. Some people say just TV. I say TV. Okay, television. Very popular home appliance. Okay, so that was the list of 13 home appliances that I had for today. And what we are going to do now is that we're going to go back through those 13 home appliances, and we are going to try to give a definition. But let's look at this example first. So we are going to try to provide a simple definition for each of the home appliances we just saw. I'm going to give you an example. The idea is that you try to come up with your definition once you have seen my example in how to create your definition, and you're going to be leaving those definitions in the comment section. Okay, so the instruction is the following. Let's try to provide a simple definition for each of the home appliances we just saw. Think of what you can do with each of those gadgets, and that would be your definition, what you can do with each gadget. So my example is going to be the first home appliance we saw, that was the phone. And this is my definition. You make calls with it. We're going to keep it simple, okay? You make calls with it. So since I'm asking from you to provide definitions and actually leave those definitions in the chat, let's try to dissect the parts of this definition. So in this definition, we have three components. The first component is the subject, okay, you. And to make it even easier on you guys, you is the subject we are going to use for each of the definitions. So all of our sentences, all of our definitions are going to start with you. So that is, I'm giving you the first component of the definition. The second component we are going to be using is the verb. Okay, the verb, of course, is going to change. It's going to be different depending on the gadget, depending on the device you are talking about. So first subject, second verb, and the third component is going to be the complement. Okay. In this case, calls with it. So you is the subject, make is the verb, calls with it is the complement. You make calls, okay? You make calls with the phone. So that is your definition. So remember that again, and I'm going to be very insistent, we are going to have a minimum of 3 components for each of our definitions. The first component is going to be the subject, and we are going to be using the same subject, you. The second component is the verb or the action. And the third component is the complement. So number 1 is who does the action, you. Number 2, the action. Number 3, the complement of that action, what. So let's start with the definitions. So a freezer, and I'm going to give you 5 seconds to create your definition for freezer, and leave it in the comments, please. And I'm going to start my countdown. Okay, so those were 5 seconds. And now, and this is what we are going to do from here to the end, once I have given you those 5 seconds, I'm going to show you the definition that I have. Important. This is my definition. It doesn't mean it's the only possible definition. What you may have is very likely correct as well. Okay, but we are thinking of we are trying to come up with the first thing that comes to our head, that comes to our mind, that makes sense. Okay, so the definitions can be different. It doesn't mean that mine is correct and yours is wrong. So let's see my definition. I have, you keep food frozen with it. You keep food frozen with it. That is my definition. And then I have some extra information that you don't need to have it. Okay. In this case, I decided to include it, but if you don't have extra info, that's correct. So it helps food last longer, because when the food is frozen, it lasts longer. So again, the definition is you keep food frozen with it. You, subject, keep, verb, food frozen with it is your complement. Let's go with our next gadget or home appliance, and that is a range. So use your 5 seconds to create your definition. And what I have is you heat pots and pans on it and cook food. You heat pots and pans on it and cook food. Right? So you is your subject, heat is your action, pots and pans on it and cook food is your complement. You heat your pots and your pans, and when that happens, you cook food. Right? So that is my definition. Let's go to our next home appliance, and that is going to be a dishwasher. A dishwasher. 5 seconds. My definition is the following. You wash your dishes in it. So if it is a dishwasher, of course you wash. What are you washing? Your dishes. So you wash your dishes in it. That is my definition. Let's go to the next one. An iron. 5 seconds. Okay, an iron. My definition is the following. You press clothes flat and remove wrinkles with it. You press clothes flat and remove wrinkles with it. So if you are going to wear something, and that's something like if you're going to wear a shirt and that shirt has many wrinkles and you don't want to go out with those wrinkles, you need to use an iron, right? And that is going to help you get rid of those wrinkles. Okay, let's go to the next one. The next one is a refrigerator. Okay, and I'm giving you the same 5 seconds. And my definition is the following. You keep food cold with it. So with the freezer, you keep food frozen. With the refrigerator, you keep food cold. That's it. Very simple. Let's go to our next home appliance, and that is a dryer. Okay, a dryer. 5 seconds. My definition is the following. You dry your clothes with it. Very simple. Remember that the dishwasher was you wash. What do you wash? Dishes. Dryer. What do? You dry. What do you dry? Your clothes. Very simple. Okay, so you dry your clothes in it. Let's go to our next home appliance, and that is a toaster. A toaster. So 5 seconds. And this is my definition. You toast food with it. Example, bread. So toaster, the name itself is giving you the action. So if you have a toaster, what do you do with a toaster? You toast. Okay, you toast. What do you toast? Food. Any type of food? Not really. So that's why I'm giving you an example. Now, if you didn't include that example in your definition, that is perfectly fine. But I want to give you an example of the type of food you can toast in the toaster. Okay, and that would be bread. Let's go to our next home appliance, and that is a washer. Remember of the definitions that we have for a dishwasher and dryer. Okay, so let's keep it simple. So 5 seconds starting now. So what do you do with a washer? Very, very simple. You wash clothes, right? You're not washing dishes because that will be the dishwasher. So what do you wash? Clothes. You wash clothes in it. That is your definition. So one more time, you wash clothes in it. Next home appliance, that is a vacuum cleaner. A vacuum cleaner. And I'm actually going to give you 10 seconds this time. So my countdown is on now. Okay, so my definition is the following. You clean the floor with it. Now that I'm seeing this definition, I think it's a little bit ambiguous, like it's not very clear because it doesn't separate it from other items you may have in your house to clean the floor. Okay, so I wouldn't say you clean the floor with it. I want to yes, you clean the floor with it, but I want to be more specific. So I'm going to try to change this definition a little bit. So I'm going to start with you suck the dust on the floor with it. Yes, you suck the dust on the floor with it. That could be a more specific definition. Not that the first one is incorrect, but that would be a more specific definition, I think. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Our next device is a microwave, and we have this one and one more, a microwave. Okay, microwave. And again, I'm going to give you 10 seconds starting now. Okay, those were 10 seconds. Let me show you my definition. My definition is you heat food with it using energy waves. I decided to use using energy waves to expand my definition to make it or to differentiate it from the range, because you can also heat food on the range, but not with the same technology. Okay, so in a microwave, that's why it's called a wave microwaves, is because you heat food with it using energy waves. Okay, energy waves. So that is my definition. And for the last one, I'm going to give you, let's see, 15 seconds to do the last one. So this one is like really, really good on your part. So the last one, oh no, the last one, no, sorry, we have two more. The last one is going to be a TV. So we have an oven and then we have the TV. So an oven, 10 seconds for an oven. Starting now. Okay. So you bake food with it. You bake food with it, or you bake food in it. That is what I actually have. So again, I have been very consistent with the structure of the definition. The first one being the subject, you, then the action, bake. And what do you bake? Food, cakes, cookies, whatever it is that you want to bake in it. Okay, so let's go to our next one. That is the last one, TV or television. And for this one, I said that I'm going to give you 15 seconds so you can be creative, extra creative, because you've been doing an awesome job. So 15 seconds starting now. Okay, that's it. Those are 15 seconds. Let me show you what I have. And I have it very simple. So you watch shows on it. You watch shows on it. You is your subject. Watch, is your action or verb. And your complement is shows. So remember that the complement responds to the question what. So you watch. What? What do you watch? Shows on it. Okay, and just to have very clear what the complement is and how it responds or it answers the question what, let's go back to 2 or 3 examples and we try to do the same to see if it works. Okay, so we have an oven. Let's start with vacuum cleaner. Okay, so you clean the floor. You clean. What do you clean? Remember that the complement has to answer that question. What do you clean? The floor. Then the next one, a microwave. You heat. What do you heat? Food. Okay, an oven. You bake. What do you bake? Food. And again, the TV. You watch. What do you watch? Shows. Okay, so every definition needs to have a complement. So now let's go with the grammar practice, and this is going to be very, very simple, short, and sweet. Okay, so how to operate a TV. So when you want to give instructions on how to operate something, in this case a TV, but any other home appliance, or it doesn't even have to be a home appliance, but any gadget or electronic device, we use something that is called the imperative. Okay, the imperative, it's a grammar structure that starts with the verb. So pay attention. When we were giving definitions of the different home appliances, we were starting with the subject, then we had the verb, and then we have the complement. For the imperative, that is when you give instructions on how to do something, you never, ever, important, never, ever use the subject. So in this case, our sentences are going to have 2 parts. The first part is the verb or action. The second part is the complement. And remember that that complement has to answer the question, what? Okay, what related to that verb you're using. So first, your sentences are going to have two parts. The first part is the verb or action. The second part is your complement. And how to identify that complement? You just ask the question, what about that verb you're using? Okay, so I'm going to tell you how to operate a TV in 5 steps. 1, find the remote control. Okay, find the remote control. Find is my action. The remote control is my complement. Find what? Find what? Find remote control. That's how you are identifying the complement. 2, press the on button in parentheses or brackets. I have read because usually on the remote control, the on button, well, the on and off button is the same and it is red, you know, like to just make it, like to highlight it, to turn it on. So press the on button to turn it on. So press is your action, no subject is your action. Press what? The on button. Okay. Number 3, press the volume up or down, volume up or down. And I forgot, I should have said button. Press the volume up or down button to adjust the volume. So if you want it louder, volume, you press the volume up. If you want it more quiet, you press the volume down button. Okay. Number 4, use the channel buttons to browse the TV guide. So if you don't want to watch a certain show or you're trying to find a different show, just use the channel buttons. That is also going to be like up and down, like up if you want to go from 5 to 7, down if you want to go from 5 to 3, to browse the TV guide. The TV guide is the offer you have, right? So use the channel buttons to browse the TV guide. And number 5, enjoy your favorite TV show. So those are my 5 steps to explain how to operate a TV using the imperative. So now I'm going to show you your task. Okay. So your task is the following. Choose one of the home appliances we covered, and here I'm going to answer. If you don't want to use one of those we covered, just any other home appliance you have in your mind that comes to mind, and tell me how to operate it in 5 steps. So you're going to do the same thing I did here, but with a different home appliance. So you can use any other home appliance from the list except the TV, because this was my example, or a home appliance or gadget that comes to mind that I didn't include, because of course I didn't include them all. And in 5 steps using the imperative, so starting with your action and then your complement, you are going to tell me how to operate that device. Okay. And of course, leave that in the comments. And to finish today, you guys, you are also going to answer these next 2 questions in the comments. So the first question is, in your opinion, important, very key here, in your opinion. There is no right or wrong, is your opinion, and that is valid. So in your opinion, which is the most useful home appliance? And I'm going to give you my opinion. And now that's difficult. So the most useful home appliance in my case, I would say the range. No, the range. To me, yeah, the range, because you can cook there. Okay, so the range. And so let me know your answer in the comments. And the second question, what is the home appliance you consider unnecessary? And me, well, I have many. And of course, some of those that are considered unnecessary are the ones that I don't have in my house. So I'm going to pick 2 out of the list I showed you. So the first one is the dishwasher. I think it's unnecessary. It definitely makes your life easier. And if you want to have one and can afford one, that's fine. I don't feel like I need it, so I don't have it. Well, and I said that I was going to choose 2, but I'm just going to leave it at 1. So dishwasher, the most useful, the range, the most unnecessary, the dishwasher, and that's why I don't have it. So let me know what you guys think. And with this, we finish. I will see you tomorrow for our class number 4. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.